Trash truck right now. I just pressed record. Come on, buddy. It's actually the recycling truck. Do you know that 60 to 90...
He's early today. He's early.
He's getting it done. I'll wait for it. Beep, beep. It sounds like my first wife walking backwards. Am I right? Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. That 60 to 90% of things that are put in recycling bins don't get recycled.
Oh.
So it's just kind of a waste of time. Now, did I get that fact from TikTok? Maybe. You raise up there. I don't want to break the fourth wall here. You know what I mean?
That just goes to show you should remember to put your bodies in a dumpster and not the recycling bin.
Well, that's a problem. There's a certain dumpster model that mobsters look for because you can open the side of it. Everything they're trying to get the body over. But there's a certain dumpster. I don't remember what the model number is, but that has a side opening. So they look for that one to dump a body in. Hey, Willis. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges, and I am that Brian Sturges. You can follow Timothy Hall. He's currently recuperating from what can only be referred to as extreme abdominal distress. Apparently, he went to Taco Bell after the last podcast, and he had it. And now he's just laid up in St. John's watching The Animal on Betamax. You can follow him. But you can follow, more importantly, you can follow the most famous climate scientist I know, at Josh K. Willis.
Yep.
I knew your name, but I never remember your handle. Hey, Dr. Josh Willis, PhD. What you ever do? I hatched this to be, look, you can't see, because I'm a lizard person, you'll see me fading in and out of your reality.
Oh, I see.
Just so you know. You can, of course, follow me. I posted 3 times since Christmas or the holidays. I don't mean to offend any dead. I don't know. But I will have to start doing that. Research has shown that posting once every 60 days does not move the needle forward. I've learned this the hard way.
Are you sure? Maybe you need to try it a little longer.
Right. Maybe make it a thing where I only post once every, because when I post, it's magic. Let's be honest. When people see my post, they may call me hard boiled. But
and then they delete their account.
Willis, do you smell that?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little smell of romance. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a soupçon. I thought it was like a garlic aioli, but it's not. It's a soupçon. A romance. Any big exciting now? Oh, of course, groupies. You're gonna want to skip ahead. Okay. I know they come out and the gaggles of women. You know what I mean? They come out and they're like, oh, he has a PhD. You have a bachelor's, you have a master's, you have a FID, you have it all. So tell me about
lots of school.
So tell me more about that smell.
Oh, well, it smells like it's kind of like, right. It's kind of like a Brussels sprouts and other cabbage, maybe some broccoli.
I did notice there was like a thick Irish smell. I could smell whiskey and anger coming out of the pot. Yeah.
The only thing missing is the corned beef hash.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I don't mind a corned beef. You know what? Yeah. I never get it, but when I do get it, I enjoy it, but only for that moment. Yeah. Right. So I'll get it like at a buffet, like a breakfast buffet at a Marriott, right? Because who's ordering that? You fat bastards don't order that stuff. Terrible for you. But love is in the air this week, and you had a very special.
Yep.
So tell us.
That Brussels sprout smell is actually 20 years of marriage. This
20 years, a score. A score of marriage.
A score. 1 score and 0 years ago.
Score and sex 9 months ago. 20 years laying on top of the same guy. I feel bad for Dr. America. She's just like, get it over with. I want to watch How to Get Away with Murder. I'm slowly. So have you tasted like things in your oatmeal now? Like after 20 years?
Yeah.
Is it still is the love still there? Or do you think she's like putting a little bit of antifreeze, which you have to find an old antifreeze because due to the number of wives killing husbands, the antifreeze industry had to then add a flavor additive. True story.
Oh, so you can detect it in your
yes.
oatmeal.
So so basically I would never help anyone, but if I was writing a script, then you got to find like a new old stock antifreeze from like that burnt out O'Reilly's in Bakersfield. In fact, I'm looking at it now. When the AutoZone caught fire this morning, it was just this beautiful glistening. So 20 years. So tell me
20 years.
Why you have stuck around for 20? Why? It seems like too long.
Well, like any man, I'm always looking, and there's just no better options. I mean,
brilliant.
That's
why he is a PhD. He's no fool. He knows what's up.
That's right.
What are the top things that you enjoy about being married for 20 years? She doesn't watch this. And then what are some things you're like, that's interesting. Not bad things necessarily, but observational things that you could warn other men getting into it.
Uh-huh.
This isn't a problem. I have like a hair going in my nose. I don't want to. I'm all like, that's Hollywood. I'm too fat. Let's be honest. But tell me all about it.
Well, pizza is it's a foundation for any good marriage. You got to be able to enjoy
a pizza together,
slice together, and that's what we did actually on the day.
We saw that at Josh K. Willis on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right. We went and we had a little bit of Larocco's. We had a slice from Larocco's, and our good friend Charlie was there.
I know.
Remember Charlie?
Yes, I remember Charlie. How could you forget? Chain smoker. Classic guy who runs a pizza shop. Where is he when you want pizza? He's in the alley, being like, I hate carbs.
Right, exactly. He asked about you, by the way.
That's great. How's he doing?
Yeah. He's all right. He's Charlie. He's still the same.
Still, making that dough. Pizza.
Exactly. Joke. Exactly. That's right.
Now, So pizza. What else?
Pizza. You got to be able to share a laugh. I think
a laugh is good, right?
Yeah, a laugh is good. That's good. And
so she watches this show and she's like, "This stuff is this."
Right.
And then she tells all her friends, "You're like, forget about those comedians you've heard of with double-digit views."
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'd say you gotta be able to have a little respect for each other's, alone time.
Alone time. I will. I am unable to comment on that at this time.
She comes home from work. She reads the news. I watch a terrible show on TV, and then we're in the same room, but we're kind of doing our own thing.
Well, and then what's one thing that you should tell people that are into for 20 years? What's the one thing? What's that one thing? Let's pretend we're a 90s movie where an old African American man gives us wisdom. What's that one thing that you need?
Yeah, I would say figure out early on who's going to wash dishes, and don't come to terms with that, both of you. So if I were to intimate as to what had happened, yeah, right.
So you were like, "You ever going to wash these dishes?" She's like, "No," and you're like, "I guess I wash dishes now, or you won't touch me." And she's like, "That's correct." And now
that's right. Well, it's not. No, it's not just that. I mean, like I'm the only one that knows how to actually get them clean. I pull them out of the dishwasher.
Dr. America.
It's a big. There's a big slab of cheese on the bottom of a bowl or something, and
Velveeta,
like I
just eating alone.
Start over, yeah.
I remember you telling me when she often cries, she just takes a 5-pound bucket of Velveeta and just teaspoons it one at a time and watches ABC.
That's right.
And cries.
Yeah.
And cries.
Yeah.
Cries. Thank her for looking at that hideous growth on my back. That looked like Gorbachev, not what he had, but actually Gorbachev. It looked like a birthmark of Gorbachev. But he had the birthmark on the birthmark. It was like a little Russian doll. of birthmarks. Well, she's amazing. Happy 20-year anniversary. That seems too long. I mean, let's just be honest. Because how many people divorce, right? It's like 97%, and then the other 3 kill their wives. Or
it's interesting. I was talking to my dad about that, and I looked it up, and actually the divorce rate has gone down. Did you know that?
But during COVID, because no one can move?
Yeah, in the last 10 or 20 years, it's been going down.
I would not have thought that with the availability of other genitals on your phone. Like the ease in which, listen, if you can't get laid today, there's something wrong with you. Let's just call it what it is. All right? Because I've seen some people who should not be having intercourse. Okay? Did I watch it when I was in Amsterdam and for little quarters in the jar in the thing? Don't ask questions. You own 3/4 of Elvis's estate, Graceland. Right, you had to sell 1/4 off when the basement flooded.
Yeah,
all his bell bottoms got ruined. I remember that.
Miss those bell bottoms.
You miss them. Those bell bottom blues. Derek and the Dominoes.
Right.
Who was the guitar player in Derek and the Dominoes?
Yeah.
Any idea? Take a guess.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Derek, you don't know who Derek and the Dominoes are? You're from Texas. Come on. Bell Bottom Blues, the song Bell Bottom Blues. It goes slow and then it gets fast and then slow. Yeah. You never heard Bell Bottom Blues?
No.
Am I allowed to pull it up? Oh, yeah. We should also say that our producer Tim Hall is gone. No, he's on vacation for the next month. So if the production of this goes down and the editing is even worse, no, that's because I'm going to do it now. So you want me to pull it up?
I think I can pull it up.
Yeah, put it. Yeah, even if we cut it, people just Google Bell Bottom Blues. You know the song. Usually, if you're drinking a Miller Genuine Draft.
I cannot share. You've disabled me from sharing.
Oh, come on. Oh, well, I don't know. See, I didn't think about getting someone else while he was gone because I haven't touched any of this stuff. I don't know how to do it. So that means I got to share?
Well, you could just enable the sharing and then
You act like I know this. Advanced sharing options. All participants. Look at that. I did it. I did it.
There it is. You did it. But I just missed this one somehow. Where's your little voice thing? Your little.
I don't know the words.
Yeah,
I'm off.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The words I don't know. Higher. We're so good. You think that's gonna get pulled? Think they're gonna know exactly what song that is?
I think so. But we'll see.
Well, I kind of.
Oh, that was fun. That was great.
We'll see what the fuck.
I think you should try it. I think you should try it.
That's a great song. I'm surprised you never heard that.
Right. No, that was the version featuring Kanye.
Was it?
On the with you and your
my pitch. Well, what's funny is I don't hear it.
Oh, it sounds great, actually.
So I don't think it does, but I don't hear the effect. So when I'm doing it here, because it goes in or whatever, I don't have. I mean, I need a Tim Hall to do it for me. That man, I'd like to also take a moment.
Yeah.
He's not going to watch this, but in case he does, to tell him that he really does a great job. Like he really, he's gotten in the pocket, as they would say, in drummer world. If you're a funky drummer, if you're a funk soul drummer, if you're 98% funky stuff and 2% jazz, maybe you're Maceo. Are you a Maceo Parker fan? I'll give you $1,000 cash. You tell me who Maceo Parker is right now.
Oh, no, I don't know. You don't have it, and I don't know.
Well, how do you know I don't? You've seen my portfolio lately. It's good. I'm in the red, Right? That's what you want to be, right?
In the red, yeah.
Yeah. I just assume. Well, I won't finish that joke, but that's yeah. Derek and the Dominoes. Yeah, Eric Clapton, of course, famously, and of course Layla. Now Layla.
Yeah.
At the end of the song Layla, in the unplugged version, the piano player makes a mistake. And I hear it every time. Really? I hear it every single time. Now, when I say it's a mistake, I mean, it sounds like a mistake, Yeah. But I hear it every single time. Just at the end, he does like a little piano thing and he hits like the wrong note, but it drives me crazy because they're live, they're unplugged, and no one's ever fixed the notes. So, like, here we are 20 years later. And if I was the piano player, I'd be like, come on, guys, just move a note with technology now. Do you know that song also?
Of course, yeah, and Layla. Yeah,
good.
Everybody knows Layla.
Pull up the unplugged. Let's totally get pulled. And then we have a guest today.
Oh, unplugged. Here we go. I skipped to the end.
All right, here we go.
Is this the one?
It was right there. It was right there. Oh. But listen, we have a very special guest today.
Oh.
And I have him, well, I don't know, maybe I don't want to throw on pronouns, I'm assuming. But he's a special guest for you. And I'd like to say he's a gentleman and a scholar. Let me see. See, now I got to do this work. Now, normally I would be smooth. Here we go. Our guest today, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, the haziest of foxes, the foxiest of foxes, the man behind the curtain, Hazy Fox. Hey now.
Oh. Connecting to audio. We're almost there.
Yeah, it was just telling me that the recording started.
Oh, it started, baby. Here we are, Hazy Fox. Now, this is like seeing Oz.
It is.
You have gone to the Emerald City, and you're finally there, and you see this green curtain, and he is the man behind the curtain.
I know. It's like looking on the face of God.
It is. It's when he speaks, it's like his master's voice. I do whatever he says.
I just want to take a class.
Yeah. Oh, look! He's got the UNT mug. UNT available. Go to what's that? I don't even remember our website. Poor Life Choices TV. There's merch. I'm drinking that. Look at that.
Yes.
We're a champion.
Yes.
So, do I call you Hazy? Do I call you Mr. Fox? What are the rules?
It's just Fox. Like
it's just Fox.
Yeah.
Huh? Hey, huh?
Hazy.
Yeah. The truth is bullshit, which was the original.
Yeah, Hazy Fox is just the website. It's hazyfox.com. It was put that way because of Hazy Vegas was my show, and I'm Fox, so it's hazyfox.com.
Well, okay. So would you like to be referred to as Fox or Mr. Fox? Because I think Mr. Fox kind of sounds badass.
Yeah, either way.
Right? It sounds like Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction, right? Like
I have been called Mr. Fox a few times.
Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Fox. Dr. America will be on later. We have James Bond-esque villains.
Yeah.
So, as you might recall from the previous episodes, that you're from a country that we said, nah. We're good. It's kind of like gray a lot, kind of damp. So we're going to move to New England. Right across. Hey, how come you guys call it a pond? You know it's not a pond, right? You guys.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Definitely.
So, but you have the voice of a James Bond villain. Now, this is because I haven't gotten out much and I've never been to merry old Britain.
Yeah, they all sound like me.
Would you say put the lotion in the basket?
The lotion in the basket.
Like, see, everything sounds class A when you say it, right? Hey, say, where do you keep the horse manure?
But I would say that in the kind of like farmer way, it was like, what was the words again? Sorry, the put away the.
But where's the horse
You'd
manure? I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you should know.
It would be put away that horse manure.
Manure?
would be the
Yes.
country, the farmer.
You have so just like in America, which was once divided at this parallel, I don't know, but that there are different voices, obviously in different areas. And the great Laurence Olivier, I once took an acting class on Zoom with him. It was last year, right when the pandemic started. He was, of course, he kind of aged out. He was looking for work, and I said, "We'll take a class." So I paid him in euros. I thought that wasn't you guys, but I sent it, and I never heard back from him. But it was weird because I guess the routing went to someplace in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think Laurence Olivier's Nigerian Zoom studio. I think it might have been a con. I think 12 grand was a little much, but it's Laurence Olivier. You know what I mean? You do what you do.
It might have been a con, yeah.
Yeah, that was some targeted con artistry to send you that email from Laurence.
Right. How's that Cockney? What's that about? Like, what's like the redneck voice? Is that the redneck voice? Like the
No, Cockney's,
hey, governor.
Yeah, Cockney's like the London gangster kind of.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Where they always have tight vests, where they keep their little Dillingers or Derringers. They keep both. They got a Dillinger over here and a Derringer over this side of the vest. Oh, but you people call them waistcoats. If I was, you keep what caliber rifle do you keep in your waistcoat? Do you guys still musket it? What's the deal? Like,
there's an allowance for like shotguns and stuff for shooting game, but other than that, there's no guns really other than.
So does it have a gun problem?
The mafia and all that kind of stuff, like the gangs and whatnot. Of course, there's like that kind of guns, but
so they don't
you're
have.
not allowed to buy them from the store, like handguns and stuff.
So you don't have a problem with handguns in England. It's not a thing. So America again looks like a little bit of a douche with the.
Well, that's it. There are handguns, but they're illegal handguns. Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Don't ask questions. Does this mustache look like a man who would be okay with buying a firearm?
1 second.
I got this mustache. He's finally. Sorry, Tim. You've been replaced. You start adding drops to this. I'll start.
I've only got that one. I'm sorry. That was one of my samples from the other day. I thought it was really funny. So.
Oh, it's great, man. So a sample because you are, of course, now you go by DJ Hazy Fox. Or do you go by just DJ Fox?
I don't even say DJ. I just say Fox.
Do you say disc jockey? Are you still jockeying discs?
I don't go by DJ. I just go Fox. People can call me DJ, but yeah, Fox in a box.
Fox, and I would like to also, since he pressed my merch, which where this is definitely on clearance, that this is of course a Fox original because you do graphic design, you do your own graphic design work, which is incredible. And in fact,
I'll
kind of have it all over stickers. Ooh, well, I did have something else I wanted to bring up with you, but don't worry, it's not bad. So. Your graphic design. Oh, and by the way, shout out because you made the masks for the show that I will have to learn to put on because I've never done that before because Tim has done it. So you designed them. So thank you very much for that. It was.
I honestly don't mind. I just saw that you might need them. So
we're not what you'd call a professional operation. I think I'll move to the U.S. and become a DJ. Are you dropping my own? He's dropping my digs on him back to me for the show. He's cut out the. Okay, so speaking of
That's
coming,
brilliant. That's brilliant.
I thought Mexico took all of our jobs, but I guess you guys have a couple you want to steal too. But hold on. And also, so I'm no history buff. Oh, but before I begin, I'd like to point out the shirt that I wore today.
Drugs are bad, and the X-Files. The X-Files is also on the chalkboard.
Hey, Marshalls,
Oh,
$7.99. Marshalls has it all. All right, Corey. The fact you think you can find this in a TJ Maxx shows me you don't know anything about where to find $7.99 T-shirts.
are you? Is the tag there because you're planning on taking it back? Or
Well, it's not a.
get your $7.99 return?
It's gonna smell like cheap body wash I bought on Amazon, and a little bit like, well, we can't say. So I don't. I don't want to talk out of school because really it's 2021 and apparently we're all peace hippies. Give me your money. But at one point, your country and our fine country had some unpleasantness. And I would like to apologize about the tea. I'd just like to get that right out. That some of my ancestors did throw some of your fine product out into the Boston Harbor.
Yeah, that's the only thing that upsets me, to be honest. It's like that's such a waste.
Such a waste of tea.
Yeah.
Right? Well, stop taxing us so hard. You know what I mean? What I love is you guys were like, rapists, check out Australia. Hillbillies, check out Albany. Now, I saved this because you had sent me something in it. And it's a tea box. And it's pear white tea. Now, it's made in India, which, of course, you guys were also. It's a little bit of unpleasantness there for a while. Would you agree that the average Englishman, if I may, has a better education than the average American? But don't be shy.
Yeah, like now it's definitely like the schooling right now is definitely that's the case, but the American schooling's gone down, whereas the English has kind of stayed the same. It's like so like older people, 50s, 40s, you know, are gonna have the same level, you know.
Well, what else have you guys done? What else the English have done? Let's see. You guys, you made flintlocks, right? You got that flintlock rifles. What else you guys do? You got Moors. You got Sherlock Holmes. You got those big pipes there, Cavendish or whatever, or Meerschaum. Nice Meerschaum pipe. Let's
spies.
See.
We got lots of
you
spies.
You got spies. MI. You got. What's up with the first 5 MIs? Were those like failed?
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that's the case. You know, they maybe not so spy. That they got to that level.
What are your feelings about the Beatles? Overrated?
I grew up with hearing the Beatles all the time because my mum loves the Beatles and
everyone's
and Michael Jackson and you know all the usual stuff that you would hear when you know. My mum was like 70s child, so she all
right.
She knew the whole scene. Or I should say like flower child, so not actually born in the 70s, just like she was about around 30 in the 70s and she got all of those musics and ended up showing me all of those as well. So I'm not a massive fan of Beatles, but you know.
What's the one thing? And Josh, I'll let you start asking questions here. Like, what's the one thing over there where they're like, where they make fun of us for? You know, obviously education. But what's the thing where if you were to make fun of someone from America, what would it be? Hand obesity? We're big fans of that. You guys ever deep fry an Oreo over there?
I remember when I was back in the UK, you would hear the slur "yank" all the time for American.
Even for people in the South, they don't like that.
The whole country.
The whole country,
Yanks,
yeah. They're all a bunch of Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not been there for 10 years, so I've not heard the more recent ones, but I'm going to guess like stuff to do with Trump and
Oh, yeah.
And our
Josh's hero.
current guy.
Josh.
And,
Josh, I don't want to put Josh out of school, but he once pleasured himself to a 6-foot stand-in that he stole from a Trump rally. When his wife goes out of town, he just... He's like, which is funny because he's not 6 foot, but they just, he was like, make me 6 foot. Make my ass smaller. All right, Josh Willis, I'd like to ask our young friend here, Mr. Fox, if just some questions you may wonder about the difference between our fine countries.
Oh, okay. So specifically America and
or graphic design, or not DJ, but DJ questions, but you can't see DJ because he doesn't think he's a DJ. But I don't know how else you would call it.
What do you?
Yeah,
what do you like to play?
DJ, but my main music is house music.
Okay.
But I went on a crazy kind of journey to house music over the first few years.
Let's hear about the journey.
It was just like using vinyl records, to begin with. Like, so 2 big 1210 decks and spinning the records at the same speed and matching them is a whole different
Adidas
situation to what
hats.
we do now. Yeah. Now it's just like you can use your 2 tracks and you press a button and then they're matched. And it's much easier than it was, but my musical journey was like I started with raves. Like the first time I heard that kind of music and saw a DJ freaking out in front of a huge crowd, so had to do that too. So I started with happy hardcore, which is like 180 BPM.
Classic BPM. Classic.
Very, very fast music. It's ridiculous, but it's coming back again now. It kind of frightens me that it's coming back 20 years later. But,
everything. Well, my buddy Rick has been wearing the same style of clothes since the 90s, and we've made fun of him for 20 years, right? Now it's back, and he has held on so long that he looks like he's a trendsetter, but he hasn't grown. Like he's like 50 and he wears like Ocean Pacific tees. In fact, we once went to Macy's together to get clothes for some reason. As 2 men do. We're like, let's go buy pants. And he was looking around the young man section, and the woman was like, I think you'd be more comfortable over on that side of Macy's. She basically was like, sir, you're too old to be buying an Ocean Pacific tee. He wishes he was Zach Morris and sexually assaulting all the women at Bayside High or whatever that he got away with. Then he went on to become a cop on NYPD Blue. He should arrest Zach Morris for all the crimes he did, but different jurisdictions. Jurisdictions. Why does that word sound? Jurisdictions.
So
sounds wrong the way I'm saying it.
It does. Yeah, it sounds racist somehow, but I don't know. I don't know how.
Those Brits. Oh, what's like the slang for British people? Like, oh, you teabags, or you
limeys.
Limeys.
Yeah, because of the limes in the ship on the journey over.
Yeah.
For all of the what's that? What is that? Their starts with S. Scurvy.
Scurvy.
You got to protect the scurvy.
Yeah. So all the slave ships were just.
Oh, you're back on that again, dude. Come on, dude. Come on. I mean, leave. I mean,
But that's it. It was usually slaves from Ireland.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
again,
white
our education
slaves
system.
from Ireland. Yeah, that's what the main. The Queen would get them to stop Ireland.
Put a couple of potatoes on the way to the dock, and they would just pick them up.
America.
Wow.
They just be like, come on this boat. And they're like, look at all these free potatoes. And they just get on.
I'm not sure it was like that.
But probably. But most likely, someone put out a series of potatoes to the ship. And they're like, look at my luck. Look at all these free fucking potatoes. Let's go. Glug, glug. Punching my wife. Old stereotypes, right? Let's get on this boat, Helen. Leave the children. You know? Yeah. You guys. But thanks for the help during World War II, guys. I mean, like, talk about terrible. You guys, you know. Geez, you're welcome. You're welcome that my grandpappy, actually my father, that's how old my father is. My father was in World War II. Right? He was a cook. But a lot of people did die because of him. But it was more of a food poisoning situation. Which is crazy that my dad is old enough to be in World War II, right?
Wow.
He's most people's grandfather. So, you know, you can imagine the Sunday morning of cardigans and listening to Benny Goodman. Ah, that's one fantastic clarinet. Look at him play. Sing, 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 a classic. Okay. Willis, any final questions for our
Yeah, I do actually. So when you were playing shows and stuff, did anybody ever throw anything at you from the audience?
through the chicken wire?
Yeah, through the chicken wire. Like underwear or drugs.
I've had like lots of different things over time. Like I used to play like a bar in one of my local towns, Wantage. People would come down the stairs past the bar to get to the actual past the DJ's setup to get to the bar. So you would see literally everyone as they came through. And some of the things that I've been given to play them a song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of things.
Drugs are bad, X-Files.
Yeah, mostly that.
Do you think that Fox Mulder was just stoned and that he just lost his brother? Like he just lost it, or was the sister like, you think maybe he just left his sister at like an AM PM in Bakersfield? He's like, oh, we spent all this money searching for her, but she was just lost by the fishing poles in the back. That's a reference from a movie that ended 10 years ago. Or 20. You know, I once had sushi with Mark Snow. Not his real name. It's like Finkelstein or something. But the composer who wrote the music for the X-Files.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
It took me out for sushi and didn't help my career at all, but I got one free meal. Thank you, sir. I forgot about him. Yeah, he was a good man. There's a lot of sushi. I tried to pay, and he was like, dude, you're in your 20s. You're poor. He's like, I got all this X-Files money. He actually did this in the sushi restaurant, which is unlike him, but it went down. At this point, what I'd like to do is hand the gauntlet off. And what we're going to do is we're going to have Mr. Fox ask either of us, mostly Dr. Willis, some questions he may have about what you do. I love how red you're turning because you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Look, you're turning red, Josh.
It's the lighting in here. It's
not the rum you had for breakfast. I get you.
No.
Yeah. Again, Dutch East India Trading Company. That's where he buys his rum. It's like a subscription service. It just comes over and drops off the bottle. All right, Mr. Fox, go for it. Have at him.
Okay. First of all, is the Earth flat yet? I mean, and if it was flat, wouldn't everything have been pushed off the edge by cats already?
Yeah, I mean, I think the cat theory is probably one of the strongest pieces of evidence we have that the Earth is not flat.
Especially in Turkey.
See, that's where
That's right.
I agree. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been researching the whole thing for a long time. I'm always given stuff by friends that are believers of that. I'm totally in the middle. I'm open-minded, so I like to.
So you think it is a
I
possible?
like no. I
possible.
like to research and
Yeah.
take it all in. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, well,
open-minded. It could be, it couldn't be. You know, it might be. Who knows?
I think what I really like to see is how the people that think the Earth is flat, how they explain like time zones.
Mm.
You know,
Left to right. How hard is that? If you're not scheduling
here's
your day around
flat Earth in the sun,
Greenwich Mean
so-
Time,
Yeah.
but how do you know? It could just go back and forth. It goes over. You shut off the spotlight. It goes back.
Yeah, but it's light. It's light in England when it's dark here. So
Yeah, that is true.
you know,
Well, the sun. Yeah. So the sun starts. It's like a racetrack, right? The sun, not all the way around. The sun starts
It goes around the top.
and it
yeah.
goes till it gets to England, and it stops. It turns off. The moon turns on, and they switch.
oh okay.
So the moon and the sun are going around the flat Earth. I don't see why. That's so hard.
So the sun's got like a big like cape, and it drags the
Yeah,
cape to
it
bring
just-
in.
And it's on part of the Earth. You know, the
like
cape
the
goes. If
Houston
you can't see the
Astros.
cape, yeah, right. Exactly.
Right, because obviously you're in the position you're in with the working
Yeah.
for NASA, etc., or subcontracting, whatever the word is.
Right. Yeah.
Stealing toilet paper
So-
from the Human Resources
I've
Office.
I've been hearing that California's gonna fall off, and that means that we get to have beaches in Vegas. So, what's the timeline on that? Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, much like the flat Earth theory, this has a problem because what's it going to fall off of?
Oh, because of the San Andreas fault line or something.
Yeah, but it
falls.
it doesn't just
It
like
breaks.
break and then fall out. It just
Oh,
it slips.
really?
It hasn't happened yet. You don't know.
It slips like this.
Oh, we were hoping
Right.
in Nevada. We were hoping it was
Yeah.
just gonna sink.
No, you'll have to get a swimming pool.
Damn it!
It's not. It won't sink. It won't sink.
Is it the whole tectonic plates? Tectonic?
Yeah.
Tectonic?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of
right.
Taconic Parkway in New York. Is that
Oh
what it's called? The tectonic plate? That's not what it's called.
Tectonic, I think.
no.
What is it called?
Tectonic.
Tectonic.
Tectonic. You see again,
Tectonic.
the wonderful schools in England. He's like, yeah, Yankee. Don't you know words? You'll see that words aren't. Language is just a series of noises to communicate emotions. So if I use the wrong words, indubitous,
And yeah. Or even words that aren't words sometimes.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Global warming, who cares? Okay, but won't Mother Earth just be like, won't it just like destroy, like Atlantis? They were all like, look at us, look at these gem-based cities, and then they had too much electricity or something, and she washed it away. I don't know if that's science.
That's Atlantis. Like a hairdryer in the bathtub. It was just gone.
It was just gone. It was just gone.
Yeah.
Okay, what realistically is
Yeah.
the worst disaster that could happen because of this? Like, is it possible that in 5 years, like what does it matter? I guess. I mean, what are the long-term effects?
Of global warming.
Well, but
Yeah.
of a beach erosion, right? Is that
Yeah.
what
yeah,
you
well,
do?
there's-
Global warming?
Yeah. Well,
Also,
there's-
is it too late for us to do anything? Like, are we
Yeah.
past that point
Are
already?
you still
or
blaming the Chinese for? I know
That's
that's-
a lot of questions. It's like
Little
so
bit.
there's it's not too late, but there's still some stuff that's going to happen, right? It's still going to get warmer.
Mm.
Sea levels are going to keep rising for hundreds of years. But the question is how fast and how much. So if we turn off the gas now, then we can avoid a planet where it's too hot to live and
Dude, Mars.
Nevada
Elon Musk
anymore.
that. Go to Mars. Let this one go.
No.
Earth
Nobody's
is like
going
an
to
old
Mars.
T-shirt from The Gap. We've had it a long time. It's been great, but it's just time to get a new one. Let's just go to Mars. What's the problem? We can breathe air there, right? They got the air worked out, or no?
Nope.
We can live on there,
no
but
air.
there's no air.
Yeah, and
So what are you
and the
gonna
radiation from the sun would kill you. Yeah, that's the
Well,
problem.
this doesn't seem like a very good. That same guy from Nigeria, the same Orange Olivier, I got from the same email address, telling me all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Bought a timeshare in Malibu. I was just in Malibu the other day,
Yeah.
and I was looking. I thought of you because I was like, they're really close to the ocean there. So
yeah.
those multi-million-dollar houses, which cost $139 in any other city,
Yeah.
Are they in danger?
Oh yeah, for sure. Those will all be swept into the sea sometime in the next, let's say, 50, 100 years, something like that.
Do you think so? Like the 2.5 Men opening, gone.
Yep. all that will be eventually claimed by the sea. I mean, you could put it on stilts, or you could try to protect it for as long as you can, but in the end, the ocean's going to win for sure.
If you own that land, I think it's called revulsion. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's where the earth, I should know this, but where the earth gets washed away. So you own
Erosion.
Yeah, but there's another word. There's another word that they use. Yeah,
like real estate.
I'm not. Yeah, but there's like a fancy word that they use for that.
Yeah.
Where it's specifically that the water washes it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it washes away the ground from underneath the house, and eventually it will it'll fall into the ocean, or you'll be unable to protect it anymore.
So you don't think those are really good purchases to have?
No, I mean, it depends on your time horizon. So
I'll be dead in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, right. If you're going to sell it in 5 years, you're probably fine. But if you're trying to pay off your 30-year mortgage before the sea level rise gets you, then you may be in trouble. So you don't want to be the last one with the house, right? You want to make sure you sell it before it happens.
Well, yeah, there's that old lady in New York City who had a little cottage, and they bought the whole block, but she wouldn't sell. So maybe, Willis, you could pull this up while I talk about it, if that's cool. So just Google like tiny house in New York. So they built this entire block, and it just goes around her house. So there's like skyscrapers all around. And apparently when she passed, like she left it, but she lived in there as an old lady up until she died. And if this is a hard pull to find, this is what.
Yeah,
this
here
is
we
what
go.
the
It's just like Up.
Yeah, that might have been the house that they based it on, actually. And not to pull that out of my butt, but that might have been.
Oh, that one's from Seattle. Let me see.
Yeah, well,
There's a few of these.
Put it.
Well, here, I'll pull up the Seattle one anyway.
Yeah. Nothing but quiet sound. Nothing. A podcast where it's just empty air. It's what everybody needs.
Sometimes you need a moment to reflect.
Sometimes you just need to take a moment. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's the one I was thinking of. Oh, New York Times? Is it? Oh, it's Seattle.
There's a couple
Times
of
article.
those in Paris as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be interesting in Paris because the architecture is so distinctive there.
When I went there, it wasn't very nice, but apparently it's got much better now. So
all the blood in the
I can't
streets
really talk.
from the decapitations. Yeah, I actually Fox came out. He drove out to Bakersfield, and he stopped by.
Awesome.
We split a large hoagie like Lady in the Tramp, and we eventually met in the middle. But that'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I might. I mean, realistically, by the next podcast, I will be a father. Now I know that
It's all happening.
Dr. Willis and Dr. America have already written me off. They were already writing me off for years in a slow crescendo to just, Now we used to get empanadas and coffee 5 days a week, and now he sends me a text message once every 90 days and says, seeing if you're still alive. Eh?
Yeah, that's right.
But he's been, and then he's been kind of cutting us out. And
oh well, it's
no,
Bakersfield's a long way.
But
It's a long way.
now that you know that there's a kid coming, you and your goddamn disposable income is like, let's hang out with Mark and Jamie. Like, I understand that in your mind, you've lowered like the hangout ability, which hurts me. It hurts. Just come.
I think you're probably going to be busy.
I see how it is. Fox has the time to come see me. You're too busy. He drove all the way from Vegas just to see me, just for that hoagie. We got the Italians that had capicola, it had mortadella, it had provolone, and I don't like the Italian. He doesn't.
Oh yeah, we drove down the street while Brian was telling me that he wasn't gonna kill me.
Well,
yeah,
if I could,
that was fun.
Well, okay. So what had happened is we were in the car.
He has to have that conversation quite a bit. You'd be surprised how often it comes up.
Well, we met at a Starbucks, and we said, let's go eat this hoagie together privately, somewhere where the sheriffs aren't around. So we said, let's go down the street. So we drove down, and I've recently moved to Bakersfield. So what I thought was just like a half a mile down the road to like go down a block turned into a quarter mile, turned into a half mile, turned into a mile. And then I'm like, I think it's here, but it was a little farther than I thought. And as we were driving, I just realized that I'm in this man's limousine that he drove, which is odd that he didn't have a driver. He just drove a limousine out. I think it was for the storage. And then I was just like, just keep going. And it was getting awkward because I was like, oh, it is farther than I thought. And then eventually he said, no, I don't want to go any farther. And so then we pulled over. We had a nice picnic together. We had some nice, we had some of that discount Welch's non-alcoholic champagne that I bought for Christmas that made me sick. I had 2 left, and we drank it. And it was a magical time. But I did say, like, dude, like, I'm not gonna kill you, like it's. But it was like it was more like I'm not gonna kill you, but this is what someone would do if they were right.
But I'm not going to.
But you knew enough to stop. You knew enough to not go to the second location. You were like, this is far enough. But isn't that true, Willis? Now that I'm one of these people who is going to have a kid because she made me mad one day and I was like, yeah, take this, Now that that's happening.
18 years of obligation.
You've, I'm going out for a pack of vapes. You'll never see me again. But true or not true that you, in your mind, you've already you've put us down a notch.
No, not down.
You lie. You lie.
That's not true at all. Of course not. What kind of person would I be if I just didn't hang out with my friends that have kids? When the kids are young and screaming,
right now,
like
right now the party's happening. I mean, There's a little bit of leakage maybe happening to my car that I got to fix to drive her to the hospital. It's I drive a 1986 Buick Regal. It's actually Robin's Egg Blue. Hey, what's up with you guys? Like, do you want to get sniped? Like, why? Why do you have such bright helmets? It's like I just aim for the helmet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Robin's Blue helmets. Don't people in England? Isn't that part of their thing? They have bright. Could we get someone to look it up for me?
I'm not sure.
Wait, who has blue helmets?
Yeah, Robin's Blue helmets. I think there's a part of This is again a white guy, but I'm pretty sure you guys have an army that has Robin's blue, unless it's India again. But it's the same thing, right? You guys are like,
it might be that's the case, and I've totally forgotten. I'm gonna get thumped if it's.
But anyways, the Buick Regal is different.
I'd be
has
like,
numbers
you
and
should
everything.
know that.
I know. You're thinking of the UN. You're thinking of the
Is that what
UN.
it is? That what
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have an image? I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't
you're
know
gonna,
these things.
well, if only you would enable sharing for other.
I got to do son of a.
Yeah. See, I'm pretty sure you meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I think that's that their helmets are blue because they're peacekeepers and they don't want to get shot.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to want to get a camouflage. I'm going to go ahead and say, is this the? So you looked up Robin's blue helmet, so.
Yeah, that's the UN.
So okay, I did. Well, I feel bad for sniping all those motherfuckers now. I mean,
At a UN, they put the blue hat on the guy, and you're not supposed to shoot those ones.
did not get the memo when I was in Afghanistan.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Mr. Fox, I want to be honest with you. I feel like you've been very kind with Josh, and you haven't really gone into the questions that you know you probably shouldn't ask, but that you really want to ask. So, if there's anything that you really want to, put out there, ask him, just go for it.
Okay. Well, why is climate change blamed on pollution when the solar or the what would the words be? The solar system is warming up. Shouldn't that be taken into effect that it's the solar system is warming up because of mass ejections and stuff? It's like
no,
from
the solar
sun.
system's not warming up.
No, okay,
No, all the other planets
See,
are kind of staying the same. Yeah,
okay.
in the solar system. And we
Well,
monitor the sun. We monitor the sun, which is where
Okay.
all the energy comes from. And
Yeah.
So many NASA employees have gone blind.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Still on.
I've just
Right.
been reading that there's been some ridiculous like mass ejections over the last like few months, years, whatever, and there's causing
From the sun, you mean?
yeah, obviously, yeah.
No, there's a natural cycle in the sun. Once
Yeah.
every 11 years, it gets brighter and dimmer and brighter. And dimmer.
Really?
But,
Well, I never heard of this.
Yeah.
But
you
telling
can't-
me that the sun
can't
gets brighter.
Yeah, but you almost can't see any impact in the climate. So if you look at
Okay.
all the things in the climate, even though the sun's getting brighter and dimmer and brighter and dimmer, the climate it doesn't matter that much to the climate. But what you do see is when you add greenhouse gases, then
Mhm.
it traps heat and it gets warmer. Yeah. Also, we know it's getting warmer from the heat trapping because the upper atmosphere is actually getting colder and the surface is getting warmer. So the heat's getting in, but it's not getting back out.
Okay, because
There
of
you go.
the,
Like
the
your victims.
ozone hole or whatever it is called.
Well, it's actually the ozone hole is actually just over Antarctica, but this
Yeah.
is globally everywhere.
Where
in the
Hitler
world.
lived.
You see
Here
the
we go.
upper atmosphere getting colder and the surface getting warmer.
Okay.
So there
What
you go.
about why is climate change being the main thing that they're saying is the case for the border crisis? Why are they
Well-
blaming climate change on that when it's
Well, as-
obviously Sleepy
yeah.
Joe's fault? Gotta say it.
It's a good question. That's a
Is
good
he
question.
still alive? Wasn't this whole thing for him just to die?
Don't
so we
think
can get
so.
back- Like, isn't his job to die? And
So then we get
we don't want to talk too much about.
Maybe
don't wanna get
and that
fighty.
and to sniff stuff like
Oh yeah, it's Joe
he
Biden.
likes a good
yeah.
Yeah, but
right.
that's okay. But
Take
don't
it
you
in.
think that all world leaders are on some sort of
drugs.
upper?
crack.
But isn't that kind of known? Not to go down my own conspiracy, but
Well,
oil leaders are often just like Shirley Temple.
I've heard that the drug of choice was cocaine for the previous, and this one is more of a just dementia meds.
It's more of a bladder control issue than it is. He does have the sniffles a lot. But it's funny that cocaine is the rich man's drug, but crack is the poor person's drug. But this,
Yeah.
It's marketing.
It's
Wolf
marketing.
of Wall Street. I have a question for you. Okay, about global warming.
Uh-huh.
How has it impacted the farm and agricultural businesses? Has that had any impact? Like, why am I paying $9 for an orange today? Is that related at all? Are the farmers being impacted, much like your anus, the planet of which we could live on?
Yeah, absolutely. And that it's hotter, it's drier, and in California in particular, we have the Central Valley, which is a huge source of farm production for the United States, and it's drying out. So they've mined all the water from underneath the ground, and the water doesn't get exactly. Yeah, it's all about the water. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And actually, your earlier question, Mr. Fox, was along the same lines.
Put some respect on that name.
Warning, warming and climate change. It affects agriculture and resource scarcity is one of the things that causes increased conflict.
How has it impacted the cannabis industry?
Cannabis it likes the heat, right? It likes the heat and the sun.
But it needs good water, and we're running out of that.
And
locally,
Las Vegas,
anyway.
Las Vegas in particular, Lake Mead is at the lowest level since it was built.
Yeah, it's kind of scary,
really?
To be honest.
Yeah.
I left both of my boats there.
They're grounded right now.
Is that not good?
They're definitely on dry land now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing beats dry docking it, am I right? Huh? Remember when you were in middle school, you'd be like, dry dock me, bitch.
You totally set that up on purpose then, didn't you?
No, there's
you wanted to talk about dry docking.
Classic.
You want me to Google that one? Should I pull up a picture
of dry docking?
Yeah.
I actually don't know what dry docking is. You just wipe it down? You just don't get your boat wet?
It's devastating.
It's like a hovercraft? Dude, I saw this hover. Oh, you know what? We're talking. I forgot all about the TikToks.
Here we go. There's some dry docking for you.
Oh, so dry docking is just not docking it on water. So basically, it's just land. So dry docking is the marketing behind just putting your boat on the earth.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The art of dry docking.
There you go.
I clicked on that video last night around 3 a.m. Oh man. Well, maybe we could pull up just a couple TikToks here very quickly. How you doing, Willis? So do a couple real quick and get out.
Yeah, a couple quick and then
Yeah, I know you gotta go. All right, give me a second here. I forgot all about this. We'll just show some badass ones. Okay.
It'll be interesting to see you choosing him instead of Tim.
I don't know where the hell I put him. Where?
Josh, just before the TikToks, don't you think that marijuana legalization would help the country? Like if it was federally legalized, or are you not allowed to say?
Oh no, bring on the.
I just think that because of the growing of it, it's really quick at growing, and it would give a lot of oxygen from the growing process. It's it's a lot quicker than a tree growing. It gives triple the oxygen.
That's interesting. Like a carbon sequestration, right? You could.
As I said previously,
the problem is, if you grow it and you're trying to keep the carbon out of the atmosphere, then you can't burn it. Yeah. So, you know.
That's okay.
have
We
You
love
have to
Brian.
turn
Brian.
it into gummies, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Lemonade.
Exactly.
Tiny Tim's TikTok.
You got to share the sound.
Oh, you don't hear it?
It's just faint. Just click when
Oh.
you share. Click the share.
Shit. Hold on.
That's all right. It doesn't seem like the sound is.
Nope. Fuck, I fucked it all. I don't know what. God. I'm not sharing.
No. Just it's quick. Stop sharing, and then click share again. You know, and before you
share
click the thing
sound.
you want to share, yeah, click share again. And then before sound. There it is.
Fight it, get it. You got it.
No, it's not.
The monkey just lit the ladder.
But that's all right. You think
do it
he's
again.
trying
Look.
to light a fart? Is that what he's
Oh my
doing?
god, dude. No, hey.
You don't hear the sound?
No, I don't hear the sound at all.
I cannot believe that just happened.
No, it's totally gone.
Are you serious, bro? In serio, mono. Oh my god. No mas bebés.
But it is an amazing TikTok, though. It's
It's still playing. What the? Share sound.
yeah.
You don't hear the sound.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, try it again.
Fight it, get it. You got it.
No, I got nothing.
The monkey just lit the ladder. He's gonna do it again. Look. Oh my god, dude. No, hey.
You hear the sound?
I didn't hear anything. Is
I
it because
cannot
your
believe that just
mic's
happened.
like got the sound currently, the sound output, and it
Are you
needs
serious,
to be
bro?
on the video or something like that?
In serio, mono. Oh my god.
I'm not sure.
I feel like this monkey is
No mas
him.
bebés.
It's Brian
Para ti.
actually right now trying to get his sound to work. It's a very
I hear
mad
it.
monkey here.
I'm sharing sound. Oh, okay. Hold on.
All right. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go soon. But you can play. Some
This has been another episode of Unnecessary Time with Brian Sturges, and I am that Brian Sturges. Tim, how do you share the sound?
I've got this mustache.
How do you share the sound? We couldn't figure out how to play the sound from the TikTok. How do you share the sound? Follow me at Mr. Brian Sturges. Follow him at Josh K. Willis. Follow him at Hazy Fox.
Yep.
Yes!
HazyFox.com.
.com. Choking on my own spit. See you next week. We'll figure it out.
All right. See you next Tuesday.